Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are looking at the worst people to ever live, and that is, without a doubt, Gen Z. Let's jump straight into it.
There are some ways that I try to inconvenience men.
Oh no, I've seen these type of videos. Okay, this is great. This is a very popular trend on TikTok for Gen Z women. They want to tell you how they use micro-feminism, small movements, small things that they do every single day that promotes feminism and hurts the patriarchy, hurts the evil man. And some of them are, some of them are warranted. Some of them are warranted, I think. And if she says anything, I'll point them out. But some of them are hilarious.
The first one's very simple, and I've heard people talking about this on TikTok. And I think it's so important as a woman to start doing this for yourself and for society at large.
Come on, what is it? Tell us.
Especially if you live in a walkable city or if you're in a crowded place. In my experience, men don't tend to do that, especially if they're walking in groups. They expect you to move out of their way, and if they're on their phone, they're not looking.
If you're a woman and you're walking down the sidewalk and a man doesn't get out of your way, he is a piece of shit. Okay, every man should do that. That is chivalry, okay? And you should not only just do that as a dude for young women, old women, any type of woman, you should do it for people in general, okay? You should get out of their way. For other dudes, don't try and be a fucking he-man, some tough guy, some alpha, okay? Real men who are good people, proper dudes, will just move out of the way because it's the nice thing to do. It's that extra effort that you should do to make other people's lives easier, okay? But what you also shouldn't do as any human being is deliberately get in someone's way, which is what she's talking about. That just makes you a dick. That's all.
Because they expect everyone to move out of their way. And so I don't do that anymore. Instead, I walk as straight as possible if I think that a man is going to run into me. And if he doesn't move out of the way at the last minute and runs into me,
I'm 110 kilos, all right? If I'm looking at my phone and you just walk into me, I'm going to run you over. That's what's going to happen.
Because I think they learn. They have to learn.
They have to learn what? That some tiny fucking little shit didn't move out of their way because they were looking at their phone. Mate, we all look at our phones. We all sometimes aren't looking where we're going. I've noticed recently that I've run into a few people because I'm holding my toddler on my hip because I have great childbearing hips. It's like a little seat. Finally, these giant fucking hips of mine have been, helpful for something. I often can't see people out of my peripheral. So I run into people. And what do? As this 6'8", 110 kilo man with a beard, I apologize profusely. I'm so sorry. I got a toddler in my way, okay? I don't try and be a he-man about it. That's not polite. That's not good. That's shit.
Is actually more of a movement that I'm starting with a hashtag and everything. Like it's 2016.
What is it?
I'm serious about this. And it's man spread back. I live in New York.
Man spread
so
back.
I take public transportation every single day.
Lat spread, she reckons.
And I have started to notice how men sit versus how women sit on public transportation. And I'll give you an example of each.
Okay, this goes back to the whole BuzzFeed man-spreading video, if you can remember that, all the way back in the day. I'm sure I did a video on it back in the late 2010s. So they made a video all about women trying man-spreading, meaning that you sit with your legs spread. Now, the biggest critique of that video, and men often do sit like this, is they sit like that because their genitals, their testicles, their man nuggets, they happen to be existing on the outside of their bodies. They hang in a little sack called a scrot, and they're there because it's too hot inside the male body, or any body, I guess. Anyway, point being, the reason we sit like that is because we have I've got a big dangly fucking skin sack. Imagine the world's biggest skin tag. Yeah, fill that up with some eggs. That's your fucking, well, my balls aren't egg size. Mine are little buttons. They're very sweet and cute. But they're little. Anyway, doesn't matter. Button nuts, Butterfield. That's what I call myself in the mirror when I scream and cry. Anyway, point being, the reason we sit like that is so that we don't squeeze our nuts together. Unless you have big fucking juicy flaps, ladies. Like I'm talking like juicy fucking flaps, like getting in the way. Hang on, my fucking chair's all fucked up. You don't need to spread your legs. All right, stop it.
Typically, women are trying to put their legs together to make themselves smaller. Their bags are on their lap.
Smaller or because of what they're wearing? A lot of ladies will wear a skirt, a dress, whatever. And unless you want the world seeing up your dress, you sit like that. That's the way you sit, right?
To let other people sit down, right? Because it's a public space for everyone. More often than not, when a man is sitting down on public transportation or anywhere else, he's sitting like this.
Because he's got nuts, you fucking goose. Like, don't get me wrong. Dudes can spread too far, and that's rude. But if you got a little spread going on, that's just normal.
At least like this. Sometimes it's worse. Sometimes there's a bag next to him.
I'd like to point out that anyone who catches public transport is a horrible piece of shit and is poor and should not be listened to.
Either way, he's not thinking about how much space he's taking up because he's never...
Obviously, she said she's in New York, so that's the only way to get around. But if you're not in New York City or a giant city and you catch public transport, like if you catch a bus... Yuck!
Just last night, I was walking with my friend leaving a concert, and there was a group of guys behind us that was yelling so loud, like for no reason. Like they were walking in a line right next to each other, and often in this situation, we'll tell men, we're right here. That's a good one. Or, you know, let's take it down a notch. So let me know if there's any I should add to my
list. You sound like the biggest pain in the ass to be around of all time. Why would anyone want to hang around with you? I feel sorry for your future husband. Jesus Christ.
If I was your girlfriend, would you let me out like this?
Fucking no.
Would you just let it hang? Or would you make me cover up? Because...
Okay. Let me just say this. I know that this may sound fatphobic and rude and mean, but what you're wearing right there looks fucking awful. That is not something to be liberated, in fact. That's something to be kept hidden. You look like me if I put on 30 kilos and wore my 2-year-old son's clothes. Like, it just looks awful. So why am I talking shit? Why do I care? Well, this is what people's algorithms look like at the moment. And when I say people, I mean dudes. This is what dudes' algorithms look like. They look like this because a lot of people send their friends these type of videos. They can't believe it. They're like, oh, gross, look at this. Oh, my God. And then they go and they look and they understand that the reason this person is making this type of content is, number one, to sell their OnlyFans page, which she has. And you can look at this woman's body if you really want to for $5 a month. That's right, $5 a month to have a look at what can only be described as a brand deal with fucking Burger King.
Because I've been wanting to just rock the crop top with a low skirt this summer, and I'm wondering, how does it look?
Are you really wondering, or are you just relying on rage bait and hate to sell your OnlyFans? That sounds like such a fantastic way to live your life. Random people on the internet, hating you so much that they hate wank over you. What the fuck is wrong with people? What the fuck is this? Something happened when women were given the ability to vote. Something went wrong. Something changed. Because for the longest time, you kept to yourself. Your biggest decision of the day was, do I take an umbrella out with me today? Is it going to rain? Will I get my knickerbockers wet? And now your entire day is in between political commentary, doing whatever the fuck these psychos are doing. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. I don't even know. The coolest accessory this summer. Oh, holy dooly. The coolest accessory this summer. Leg hair. Listen, she looks like, I don't know. She looks like a cancer kid with tits. I know I'm being a dick, but you do. Okay. I think if a female woman has underarm hair or leg hair or whatever, so be it. It is natural, absolutely. The type of woman that I'm attracted to is one who is, number one, my wife. Hello, Claire. Number two, doesn't have enormous amounts of hair. And that's just my personal preference. The problem with these type of ladies on the internet. Number one, their opinions are usually fucking terrible. Number two, their political opinions are fucking terrible. Number three, they have an OnlyFans link, which makes me just think they're a bad person. And number four, this is just a phase, and eventually they're going to realize that this was just a waste of their life, and then she'll end up being like 35 years old with a heap of kids and, you know, like a trad wife. Like they just sort of flip-flop from either side. But what she thinks she's doing and what she's actually doing is very, very different. She thinks she's inspiring women everywhere to grow their underarm hairs and, you know, not be held down by the patriarchy. What they're actually inspiring is erections of dudes who find underarm hair hot. That's all you're doing. And you can do that and be proud of that if you really want to, but you are delusional and delirious if you think you're changing the world in any, you know, real way. So, you know, if you want to sit on a boat that I guarantee isn't yours because you work at Starbucks, and, you know, carry on like this, then okay, do it. And as you go to her page, she promotes her special website. Yes, there you go. There's a spicy link for all the dudes that she's inspiring to ejaculate on their stomachs. Well done, lady. You're really changing the world. You know what I'm learning in this video is people in Gen Z, they really think they're making a massive difference in the world, but all they're really doing is propping up the OF company and making money for that and helping dudes jerk off. That seems to be the underlying theme to this video. Almost every woman that I come across who is Gen Z on Instagram and is doing something outrageous, something ridiculous, is also trying to sell the P word, which is hilarious. Like, that is your first port of call. That is what you think is going to change the world. That is what you think you deem as appropriate for yourself to live your life out the best way it could possibly be. That's some sad shit right there. Accentuating your mustache instead of shaving it. This is for my mustache lovers. Listen, I know there's a saying that we need to bring bullying back, and maybe that is true for Gen Z. Maybe all of these anti-bullying campaigns have given us the Gen Zs of the world, and we should be ashamed of ourselves for allowing that to happen. But I will also say this: bullying can be terrible. I was a bully to some kids when I was young, and I shouldn't have done that. People bullied me when I was young. It was bad as well. So I guess I experienced it from both sides, and it can really be traumatic for people who are bullied mercilessly. You know, it can affect them for the rest of their lives. But you got to ask yourself, what would you rather? Someone on the internet who's just saying, hey, here's how you make your mustache look delicious. Or bullies and ruining lives. I vote bullies. Do you? Saluting all my child-free women for changing birth rate history. I've seen a lot of these videos recently. A lot of women celebrating that the birth rate is declining. Now, I think having kids is one of the best things you can do, but not everyone needs to have kids. Not everyone should have kids. Some people should not ever consider reproducing. Okay, if there's a lot of them have been in this video, but the celebration of the fact that the birth rate is plummeting is not a good thing. Like, I think if you do celebrate that, then you don't understand the consequences of having a population which is overwhelmingly elderly, and there's not enough of a population young coming through the workforce to support it. But anyway, I imagine the people who think that it's a good thing that the birth rate's going down, they don't want to think about that. They don't have the ability to think that critically. And who gives a shit about them? They are a bunch of dumb Whoa, okay. This is going to take a second. Okay, we have here a woman. She must have time traveled from 2011. It says, smash the patriarchy, don't reform it. Okay, the patriarchy being the way the world is set up to support men, by men, for men, and destroy women. Cis men are not the center of the world. Okay. I think the way that, it depends how you look at that, okay? I think that is a fair thing to say. Cis men are not the center of the world. I think for a lot of cis men, meaning straight men, I don't know why we needed to throw cis in there, but anyway, for cis men, I think the center of their world is usually cis women. But anyway, capitalism feeds on sexism. Abolish it. People who seek to abolish capitalism are dumb. Abortion on demand everywhere for free. Abortion on demand. Is that like you should be able to get it from like an ATM machine? Like you type in your PIN and a fucking Dyson comes out and sucks out that fetus? Sounds helpful. Pride started as a riot, not a sponsored event. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Israel is an apartheid state, free Palestine. I think this is the problem with the Palestine or free Palestine movement is these type of people are involved with it. And it's for a lot of people, it's hard to be associated with that. TERFs aren't feminists. They're fascists in pink. Trans-exclusive radical feminists, the women who want, female toilets for females. It's crazy. Fuck your binary, fuck your borders. Shut the fuck up. Fuck your eyeshadow looks shit. Looks like you've been shot by that Simpsons gun that shoots makeup on. You look terrible. And ladies and gentlemen, did you know this? That only 50% of the people that watch these videos are subscribed. So hit the subscribe button. Make me feel better about myself so I don't have to cry myself to sleep every single night. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out, I don't know what that was, but anyway, make sure you check out Patreon. You can get all of these videos early on Patreon for $5 a month. And you also get access to uncensored versions of these videos that go for longer than this video. That's absolutely unbelievable. Go and check it out right now. The link is down below. Oh my God, we have breaking news. Greta Thunberg, Greta Thunberg, climate activist, has struck a close relationship with a young photographer who's become her constant companion, Chris Kebon. Look at this at Stockholm Airport. Hugs all round. Unbelievable. That is just like, I think Greta's like 22 now and she's finally found love. I wonder if they'll release a sex tape. What would they call it? Eyes wide shut? Because of the autism and not being able to look at each other. That's the joke. I'm sorry if it wasn't obvious. I could also throw in the whole, wrong hole, how dare you, whatever. Not funny, Isaac. Grow up.
I don't believe in male balding.
Why?
What?
First of all, if you're a male and you want to go bald, that's fine. Good for you. However, if you're a male and you don't want to go bald and you're balding anyway.
Okay. Butterfield, me, little bit of balding going on. That's why I shaved my head. I have the ability to, not to fucking toot my own horn, join my Patreon, but I have the ability to pay for hair surgery if I wanted to. I've also been offered to get flown out to Turkey for free to get hair transplants. I don't want to. I don't think that is something I will do. I might change my mind in the future, but I just don't see it as something that I prioritize. Right now, I prioritize family time, work, and training and stuff like that. And getting a hair transplant is not something on my priority list. I'm a 32-year-old man, married with a baby, and mortgage and all this shit. My hair is not my priority. Okay. I'll quote one of my good friends on this. Hair is for women and children.
That's where I take issue because women in this day and age have to do so much to upkeep their looks and men cannot be bothered to just put some cream on their head or take a little vitamin or...
You don't have to do anything if you don't want to.
Get a hair transplant even. Women are doing more than that.
There's more stigma for guys to do beauty products, and that includes hairline stuff. Guys are more generally insecure about doing stuff like that because they're not really supposed to.
You can do it if you want to. Who gives a shit? It's the same with anything though. If you don't want to get eyelash extensions, then don't. If you don't want to wax your eyebrows, then don't. If you want to have the world's hairiest bush, then go for it, but don't go out there and I'm not going to make a video about being a man with an alleged receding hairline going, you have to respect me. It's society's beauty standards. No, just shut the fuck up about it, all right? Your life, all this shit, it doesn't matter that much. Just fucking live it, get on with it, and shut the fuck up. What the fuck is this? I need to turn the music off because it's copyright, but a movement exploration for my hysterectomy. What? Who is this? Is that a dude? What are you doing with your uterus? Man, people really need to go back to hunting or something or foraging for food. If you're doing interpretive dance to be able to, as a trans person, understand how your body feels about removing your sex organs from your body. That's fucking insane, man. I know that that's not an appropriate thing to say. It's not politically correct, but that is fucking nuts, dude. That's fucking nuts. If you're doing that shit, you're nuts. If you're doing that, your entire family looks at you like, okay, whatever, mate. If that's what makes you happy, fucking do it. Whoa, save a horse, ride a trans cowboy. Pfft. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna take my horse down the old town road. I'm gonna have a pussy and I'm a bloke. That wasn't that great. Yeah, this is great. We have a whole room of cowboys here. You know, they're doing their thing. They're probably working at Dutton Ranch, but there's one thing that they need to really escape from to finally stop being women, and that is getting out of the kitchen. Right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I've said enough. I've gone too far, but Gen Z, fuck you to the moon. Ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Toodaloo au revoir. Bye-bye.